Hello, my name is Robert Dean Steele. I've been spending the last couple of days at my cabin, and I've been talking to you about different aspects of faith and how that we need to make sure that we live what we say we are. One of the things that absolutely amazes me today is how many people say they love Jesus Christ, but their actions do not correspond with what they say. You see, actions always speak louder than words. Now, this is not a personal rant that I'm going to get on there and I'm going to start talking and putting down people or putting down the church or anything like that. That's not what this is all about. What it is all about is simply this, that if you say that you love Jesus Christ, please show it with how you live. It is one thing to say one thing and then to follow it through. I had a couple of parents, one of them is still alive, and they often would say it this way: do as I say, not as I do. So in one respect they were saying, listen, don't lie, but it's okay for me to lie. Don't get involved with alcohol, but we can still drink. Don't smoke cigarettes, but it's okay that we smoke like chimneys. Because the simple fact is that they were trying to lay out some principles to us, and we should follow principles of life. But we must always follow what we say with what we act, with how we live or how we act. That's what's really, really important. You see, people will always believe what you say when you follow it through with actions. I remember when my son Robert was about 5 or 6 years old, and he was our first child. And I learned very quickly that if I said that I was going to do something, I better do it. I remember this one particular night I said, son, I'm going to take you to the movies after I get home. Now, I was delayed, and so I got home after the beginning of the first showing of the movie. Now, my son was 5 and 6 years old, so I should have put him to bed. But when I walked in there, my son walked into the room where I was. I had just come in, put my coat down. He looked at me and said, Dad, when are we going to the movie? I said, well, Robert, it's a bit too late. He said, Dad, you said that we were going to go to the movie. And he says, and this was incredible, he was 6 years old. He had the paper in his hands, and he said, Dad, there's a 9 o'clock showing. I said, that's too late. He says, Dad, you promised me that we were going to go to the movie. Now, it was a Disney movie, and I'm thinking to myself, well, this kid won't be to bed till 11 o'clock. I said, son, you're not going to be home until about 11 o'clock. He said, Dad, you promised me. He says, Dad, I will go right to bed after the movie. And little Rachel, our other daughter, came in, or our other child came in at the time, and she said, Dad, you said that. And Lois comes in and says, I know it's going to be late, but we should take them. Well, we all got our coats on. We went down to the movie theater, and we went to the movie. And you know something? They came home, and they went right to bed, just like they said, and they went right to sleep. Of course, they were tired. But as I was laying in bed with my wife, Lois, I said, you know something? I learned a very valuable lesson today. And she says, what's that? I said, you always have to do what you say you're going to do. Actions always follow our words. And we must follow our words with action. And so that's my little exhortation to you today. If you say that you're a Christian, live the lifestyle. If you say that you're a follower of Jesus Christ, show it by what you do. That's what James was trying to get across to us in James chapter 2. You see, it's easy for us to say that we're Christians. But how do we show we're Christians? By the way that we live. By acting out and living what we say we are. It's a great testimony. My name is Robert Dean Steele. You have yourself a great and godly day.